Everyone is talking about Diddy now because everyone is paying attention. But before this, when no one was listening, there were people in his inner circle talking about him for a long time, almost as long as 50 Cent kept the media focused on Diddy until the authorities got involved. While 50 avoided parties altogether, Diddy's own concierge was at those parties, taking care of guests for years and getting close enough to start warning people about what was happening.
I was in Miami at a party. I just remember him walking in and asking everybody, hey, what kind of girls do y'all want? And a few moments later, girls came in. And I think somebody said they wanted Puerto Rican girls, and just a bunch of them came in.
A lot of people are keeping their names out of this now, especially after the government denied Diddy bail, saying he was trying to silence victims. The word is that people in his inner circle, including his concierge, saw how Diddy's parties evolved. What started as regular gatherings turned into tools for blackmail, and even something like modern-day slavery. Diddy's been known as the king of extravagant parties for decades, from his famous white parties in the Hamptons to star-studded New Year's celebrations. But those were just the public face of his events. Behind the scenes, it was a different story. A world of freak-offs and shock.
But then it's like a waitress walking around giving people drinks, just passing people drinks, and people are just taking them. Me, I don't drink like that, but I'm like an occasional drinker. Like I'll drink if we're partying or whatever, just for that occasion. So, because people are going to keep saying, drink, drink, drink. But I didn't take a drink yet. But I just had it in my hand. So one of the sons seen me walking. Mind you, I'm with other girls, but we split up. So I was walking with one girl. She's a Puerto Rican girl. So P. Diddy's son was like, you. And I'm like, me or her? And then he was like, no, you. Come here. So I went to him, and he gave me some shoes. So these shoes was like some terry cloth, like robe shoes, white shoes. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these? He was like, go in the house with these. He was like, everybody who gets these shoes, you get to go in the house. But I'm thinking you could just go in the house if you want to, but everybody can't go in the house. They're literally selectively picking who they want.
Stories like the infamous baby oil situation are just the surface. Being inside those Diddy quarters was an entirely different experience. Diddy hosted these parties in secluded spots, from the Bel Air mansion to private islands near Miami. These weren't just about status. They were about creating a hidden world where his closest associates could do whatever they wanted, thinking no one was watching. But apparently Diddy was watching. Nobody knows exactly when he started recording his guests, but it might have been as far back as the 90s. Rodney Lowrod Jones, a former Diddy producer, spilled the tea. He claimed Diddy had hidden cameras set up everywhere, on his LA properties, Star Island, and other spots. These cameras allegedly caught celebrities, athletes, politicians, and executives engaging in wild and illegal behavior. Jones said Diddy used these recordings as leverage to control people, turning them into tools of blackmail. It gets darker. According to Jones, these parties had sponsors from the music industry who gave access to drugs, sex, and even underage individuals. A recent lawsuit reportedly confirms these claims, and even Diddy's concierge backed them up. The concierge started warning new staff to avoid certain areas during parties, saying it was for their own protection, not just from shocking sights but also from becoming accidental witnesses to crimes. These weren't just parties, they were elaborate productions. Each room had themes like Egyptian lounges or jungle fantasies, complete with custom decor, soundproofing, and party favors that crossed legal lines. Orders included silk sheets, soundproof walls, and specific toys. Guests could pick their vibe, from candlelit lounges to private, no-camera dance rooms. And that's just the mild stuff. The truth? Whatever you've heard, it's probably worse. If the rumors are true, these parties went far beyond anything people could imagine. Clip 3. It gets even darker than what's already been said. Allegedly, there were kids involved in these parties and other disturbing activities. This could explain why Diddy's legal team is pushing hard to get the judge to reveal the identities of the victims accusing him. Many of these victims are said to be former employees who witnessed things, quit, and still struggle to move on. The claims are so shocking that they might even rattle the judge when the case goes to trial, which is rumored to happen in May next year. But there's another layer to this. Some say the real challenge isn't the trial, It's whether Diddy survives long enough to face it. People are comparing this situation to Jeffrey Epstein, hinting that we might never see the full extent of Diddy's alleged list of powerful connections. Will he end up behind bars for life? Or will this all be...
I don't judge people, because at the time I'm like, okay, let me just go in the house. So I told my friend, like, wait right here, girl, let me just put on these shoes, see what this house is about. Walk up in here. I was just smoking weed. But you know when people are out of their mind, and you know when people, you know what you don't want to be a part of. And it's just like, I'm seeing stuff that you see on the movies. This corner, this got going on. This corner, they over here doing this. This corner, they over there having... This corner, I'm just going to say, because I don't know what I can say, because I'm not trying to be incriminating myself, but they were dressed up like little Harajuku Barbies.
Like what?
Little people, okay? We're not going to say what type of little people, but like a fetish. And I'm looking like, what are they
be swept under the rug like the Epstein case? This is a messy and complicated story. What do you think? Are we ever going to get the full truth? Or will this fade away like so many other scandals? Let me know your thoughts, and stay tuned for more updates.